Welcome, Lynn, welcome. I don't know, is Lynn from Spain or Lynn from Canada? Can you say something? Guys, if you have questions, put it in the comment. Please take notes, because this guy don't have time forever to answer or something. Yeah, thank you, Canada. Welcome, Canada. So we have, think about this, Czech Republic, Germany, Poland, British Ghana, US, Florida, and I think India, if I'm not wrong, Puerto Rico or Costa Rica, Puerto Rico, America, Texas, right, Hector? And Austria and Spain. So we are from over the world, and exactly this is the mission. The mindset should be right globally, not only in one place and one thing. So sharing is caring. What we do today is about shotgun, bulletproof mindset, and Mr. Alex Hoffman can prove it. We have tomorrow also a VIP where he will talk about 90 days breakthrough on the business. So if you want to join, I will put the link. You can join us tomorrow. Alex, before we start with presentation, everything, I would love to say thank you to taking time, and maybe you give us some words about you. Who are you? What are you doing? Why we should listen to you? Because I am very curious how a millionaire was still broke in the millionaire time. And that is the point. So guys, welcome. Take over, Alex.
Okay, can you hear me? Yes, great. Well, thank you very much, Daniela. It's so good to see everybody here. It's a pleasure for me to share a little bit of my experience and a few things that I wrote in my book. I don't know if you have seen my book. I don't know if you already have it, but we have a surprise for you. I think Daniela has a surprise for you later on. And let me tell you a little bit about myself. Right now, I live here in Arizona. Really hot weather, dry, it's a desert. We are at the end of the summer, beginning of the fall, so temperature is becoming a little better than before. I'm originally from Venezuela. I was born in Venezuela, South America, and I left my country over 25 years ago. I lived in Mexico, Mexico City for 5 years, and then the rest of my life I have lived it here in the United States of America. I'm the author of 3 books. This one that we're going to talk a little bit about, 2 chapters today because it's too long. Another one in Spanish, which is my native language, and a third one that is a collaboration with a few other authors. Yes, I have wrote all of my books with my own hand, with my own mind, and with all of my experiences. It's interesting enough that a lot of people that I talk about my books, they always ask me, did you write your books? And I say, yes, I wrote them all. I guess there's other ways of writing books. But yes, all of my books, I have written them myself based on my experience. I'm 50 years old. I have 5 kids and a granddaughter. I'm a grandpa already. And I enjoy running, cycling, doing a lot of exercises, travel the world. I have traveled over 43 countries in the world and over 200 cities, over 2 million miles, which is like 4 million kilometers around the globe. And I enjoy traveling, meeting new people, learning about new cultures, eating different foods. And so I love life. I love traveling. And of course, I love networking and helping people achieve their dreams and do better and more things in life. So that's the reason that I'm here with Daniela, helping her and achieve her goals, your goals, and talking a little bit more about how to create a millionaire mindset. So are we ready for the presentation, Daniela? Is there anything else you want me to mention or ready to go?
Oh, we are ready to go. Guys, put some heart there and connect here. Energy, millionaire mindset start with energy. If you don't have the energy, you don't do anything. Come on, guys. Exactly. Love that. It's what we want to see. So before you start with the presentation, Alex, I still have a question on you. Mindset. How important is that we change our patterns from the past and to substitute with something better and to start to think differently? Because you say you're a father, you're a grandfather. Congratulations on that. That kid is awesome. I think that will be more intelligent than anyone else in your family.
Oh, yes.
Yes, for sure. And so, because the people grow up, your background is Venezuela. Just your parents your grandparents have another background. So how much that influence the people and how much is important to work out the past and start to do a new life and take responsibility for everything we do.
Yes, and I'll talk about that throughout the presentation, but it's very, very, very important. So that's included on my presentation, and I'll talk a little bit about how our mind is set up and the importance of our subconscious mind and becoming conscious of the things that we want to accomplish. And so when we talk about a millionaire's mindset, that's where everything begins with the mind. So I'm going to share my presentation. Tell me if you can see my presentation there. Is that good? Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. And I'm going to be sharing a few quotes of a few people that have been my mentors, that I have known and I have worked with in my 50 years of experience. The first one is Robert Kiyosaki. Robert Kiyosaki is a good friend and a good mentor. He actually lives here in Arizona. One of the first books that I read was, which one is the most famous book of Robert Kiyosaki? Who knows that? Let me see. I like to ask a lot of questions, and I like
Reach that for that.
Reach that for that. It's his first book, and after that, he has probably 10 different books. And that was the first book that I read that completely changed my mind. And then I met Robert Kiyosaki. I have been to a few of his seminars. I follow him for over 20 years. I think he's one of the greatest person that has helped humanity to have a different mindset in terms of business, in terms of wealth, in terms of riches, in terms of how you can make money thinking outside of the box and outside of any traditional job or business. And so one of the quotes that I like about him is, the single most powerful asset we all have is our mind. If trained well, it can create enormous wealth. And so all of us here have the same mind, okay, the same organ as the mind. Then the mindset is what we create out of that organ, that mind that we have here. And so a rich person, a poor person, a successful person, a person that doesn't have accomplished anything in life, they all have the same mind. The mindset is what we're creating here today. You are working on your mindset today. Every time that you read a book, every time that you attend a seminar, every time that you're working on yourself, you're working on your mindset. We all have the same capacity to change it, but this is our greatest asset. So what you're doing today is probably the best investment that you guys are doing in time and money, because this is what's going to change your future. The actions that you take later on after this seminar are going to be based on your mindset. And I'm going to repeat this phrase, and I want to see if you guys see the difference in this quote in a few minutes, because it's going to be the same quote, but I'm adding another word. I know you guys will see the difference. How can you develop that millionaire mind? And so millionaire mindset. If you want things to change for you, you have to change yourself first. And I want to congratulate you guys because you're here today. You are giving that extra effort, extra time to learn something new. You have trusted Daniela, you're trusting me now for the things that, we're going to share. And one of the great things that I like about great people in the world, I love Steve Jobs, not because he was the nicest person in the world. Actually, he was, a lot of people that met him and know him say that he was an asshole, that he wasn't the nicest person in the world, but he gave us one of the greatest tools that we have in the world, which is the iPhone. And one of the greatest quotes that Steve Jobs has is the status quo is don't believe anything that I'm saying. Find out for yourself. Don't believe anything that Daniela says. Find out for yourself. Don't believe things that you read or that you hear people say. So if someone tells you you cannot do anything, don't believe it. Or if someone tells you that that's impossible, don't believe it. Find out for yourself. Try it for yourself. Work out for yourself and see if you can do it. Okay, that's one of the most important things that you can do for yourself, for your mindset, for your life. If you want things to improve for you, you have to improve yourself. And that's what you're doing today. The mind is like a muscle, okay? My youngest son is 16 years old, and he's really strong. He's like big and strong and has a lot of muscles. And he works out every day, 2 hours. For 2 hours. Every single day he wakes up early and he goes to the gym and he works out for 2 hours, lifting weights, doing things, exercising every day. And that's how he has big muscles. The brain is a muscle as well. So I'm asking you, how many hours a day do you exercise your brain, your mind? Okay. Are you feeding your mind with good information? Are you reading good books, or are you putting crap on your head? I don't know. You are the architect of your life. You create your own reality. So you are responsible for your future. You are responsible for your life. You're responsible for what you have right now. If you don't like the life that you have right now, that's fine. That's up to you to change it, to improve it, to keep growing and creating. Napoleon Hill, who is the second most important book that I love, that I read, that it changed my life, that I have studied for many, many years, is Think and Grow Rich. I don't know if you know the story about Napoleon Hill, but he interviewed hundreds of the most important people in the world, the richest guys in the world. And one of the first concepts that he came up in his book was this one: the starting point of all achievement is desire. What is your desire when you wake up every morning? You want to keep sleeping? You want to go on social media and waste your time there? Or your desire is to achieve more, become a millionaire, to have an impact in other people's life, to make a difference in the world, to help your family, your friends, the people that surround you become better persons, stronger, overcome problems, create great results. What's your desire every single day? That's very important that you find out what's your desire and that you look for big things in your life, okay? Keep this constantly in mind. Weak desire brings weak results. Yes, as a small fire, make a small amount of heat. Okay, so small desires, bad desires bring bad results. Big desires, good desires bring big and good results. And these are some of the key to a millionaire mindset. These are 6 things that I have put in practice in my life, that I have taught for many, many years, that work. They work for you, they have worked for me, they have worked for hundreds and thousands of people that I have trained. And these are keys to a millionaire mindset. So if you want to improve your mindset, if you want your mindset to become a millionaire mindset or a bigger mindset or something that achieves or creates more, this might help you. These 6 steps might help you. The first one is fixing your mind the exact amount of money you desire. And when I say the exact amount of money you desire, don't say, I want more. Because that's one of the problems. People say, I want to make more money, or I want to become a millionaire, or I want to have more. How much is more? How much is a millionaire? You want 1,000 extra euros a day, or you want 10,000 extra euros a month, or you want 100,000 extra euros a year, how much money you want. You need to put an exact amount, okay? Determine exactly what you intend to give in return for the money you desire. Money is energy, and money revolves in cycles, okay? How much money have you spent in your life, and how much money have you received in your life? Have you realized that every single penny or dollar or euro that you have received in your life has a cycle? You receive it, you spend it, you earn it, you receive it, you spend it, and it's a cycle, okay? Goes around all the time. And so you're willing to do something in order to receive or earn that money, okay? Establish a defined date when you intend to possess the money you desire. So how much money you want, what are you going to do in order to make it, and when are you going to have the money? It's always, for me, it's always good to create short-term, middle-term, and long-term goals. And so for people that tell me, oh, I want to become a millionaire, I always ask them, when? By when do you want to become a millionaire? They say, oh, by next year. Say, no, don't be stupid. No, you're not going to become a millionaire in a year, because in the last year you didn't make it, or in the last 10 years you didn't make it. So becoming a millionaire, put it as your long-term goal. You can become a millionaire in 10 years. Nobody has done it in a year. Not even the big billionaires or millionaires right now. If you talk to Jeff Bezos, to Elon Musk, to any of the millionaires, they didn't make their first million their first year. It took them 5 or 10 years to make their first million, and then it grew like woo, exponentially. Once you know how to make the first million, then the second, third, and fourth come in less time. But the first one, you have to set your mind first, and it's going to take you years to make it. Once you make your first million, what if I tell you that it's going to take you 10 years to make your first million, but after that, it's going to take you only 2 or 3 years. And then for the second one, for the third one, it's only one more year. And the time is going to become shorter and shorter and shorter once you know how to do it. But the first one is going to take you 10 years. Are you willing to put the time and effort and work in order to make $1 million in 10 years? I hope you say yes. Because if you're willing to put 10 years into the work to become a millionaire, then the next million is going to come faster. It's not going to take 10 more years to make the second million. It's going to take 2 or 3 years for the second million. And then it's going to take 1 or 2 years for the third million. And then it's going to take another year for the fourth, and then 6 months. And then it's going to become so much easier and faster to do it. But put your goals in short-term, mid-term, and long-term. Number 4, create a definite plan for carrying out your desire. People don't achieve more because they don't know how to do it, and because they don't know clearly what they want. Every time that I ask people, say, how much money you want to make? I already put this example. Say, I want to make more. How much more? More. How much more? A lot more. How much? A lot more. More. They don't have a number. I tell people, what car you want to drive? Oh, I want a nice car. I want a big car. Oh, I want a Porsche. Oh, I want a Ferrari. Or I want a Mercedes. What year? What color? What model? They don't know. They don't tell me. Oh, I want to buy a new house. Where is the house? How big is the house? How much is it going to cost? When are you going to build it? Oh, I want to travel the world. Where do you want to travel? You want to travel to Spain? You want to travel to France? You want to travel to Cancun in Mexico? You want to come here to Arizona and visit me? You can come here to my house and stay here if you want to. Just let me know in advance. Where do you want to travel? Where? When? For how long? You need to have a clear, defined goal, okay, where you can answer all of the W questions. In English, it's W's. So when, what, where, who, what, everything that you want to do. Write it out. Write out clearly. I see a few people is writing. I see a few people is wasting time on their phone, checking social media, that's bad. I see a few people that's looking somewhere else. And I see a few writing. If you're writing, you are recording everything that I'm saying. And there's nothing more powerful than writing, because when you're writing, you're using your senses. You're looking, you're hearing, you're processing the information, and then you are writing. This movement of writing records in your mind the information that you are receiving. So if you want to record this, it's not enough just the recording we're doing for a video. This is the best way to record what I'm saying, because you're not recording what I'm saying, you're recording what you are getting out of what I'm saying, which is, if I see the notes of all of you, I'm going to find different notes, because what Daniela is writing is not the same thing that somebody else is writing, because Daniela is writing what she's listening and processing of what I'm saying. It's going to be different to whatever else the other guys are writing. And number 5, read your written statements aloud twice a day. As you read your statements and say, I'm going to make $100,000 this year. And the way that I'm going to do it is by creating 2 new businesses, and by talking to 3 people every day, and by traveling the world. And you read it out loud. And so your mind starts learning and possessing the money, the actions, the things that you want to create. How are we doing? Are we doing good?
Alex, questions, because it's exactly before we start with Jim Rohn. Here are 2 questions from Teresa. One question, how to have desire and not fail into one thing which is place of lack. It's a little bit unclear question, Teresa. The second question is big one. How do you overcome when you do not believe, because mind is bringing up the limiting beliefs? I cannot make it. How do you overcome this and start truly believing the goal is already achieved? I have already the money in my possession. This is a good question, because you was talking about money. So
yeah, I think the mind is tricky, okay, because we have the conscious mind and we have the subconscious mind. The subconscious mind is 95% of the things that we do on a daily basis. So everything that you do on a daily basis is subconscious or unconscious. It's the same. And only 5 to 10% is what we do consciously. Okay. Right now, you consciously decided to be here and participate on this. But if you're taking your phone and checking social media right now, that's an unconscious decision that you're doing, because your hand and your body is going to do something that you do every single day. Anybody of you that have checked social media since we started, text or anything on your phone, that was a subconscious action. Subconscious mantra. You didn't decide to do that. It was automatic. You could have done it even with your eyes closed. And so the second question, you say, well, yeah, I have a desire. I want more. I want to become a millionaire. I want a new house, a new car. I want to travel the world. I want to be successful. I want to achieve more. I have the desire. Like most of the people have the good desire to have more, do more, excel, help. But then you sit down and you start having, that's only 5 to 10% of your mind. And then you have 90% of your mindset, 90 to 95 of your mindset, that is everything that has been recorded even before you were born. Studies say that your subconscious mind was created when you were conceived on your mother's womb, and everything that your mom thought, said, felt, she gave it to you. And then you're born, and then you're born into, I don't know what family you were born, but I was born, Daniela was talking about my family. My grandparents are from Romania, same country as Daniela. My grandparents were born both, my grandma and my grandpa were born in Romania. They moved outside of Romania to Austria. That's where my dad was born, in Austria. And they were part of World War II. My grandpa was a soldier in World War II, and my grandma was a nurse. They emigrated from Austria to Venezuela with only 2 suitcases. How's the life of an immigrant? I'm an immigrant as well. I left Venezuela and came here to the United States. I came only with 4 suitcases. My ex-wife and my 2 older daughters. We left everything. We came with just small things. If any of you have emigrated, some of you might have, you leave everything and you go and search for something new. But your mindset is created from your grandparents or from your parents based on scarcity. That's too expensive. We don't have money. You cannot achieve that. That's not possible. And so that's your subconscious mind. That's too expensive. How many of you, when somebody tells you to buy something or do something, you say that's too expensive? Does anybody say that? That's too expensive, or I don't have money, or I cannot buy that. Those are the worst phrases and things that we can say about the money. Never again. I'm going to leave you some homework. Daniela knows that I like to give homework. So first homework for the person that asked the question, and for anybody that wants to create a millionaire mindset, is that you're going to start listening to what you say. I'm going to tell you why in the next slide, because whatever you say is an expression of your mindset. And so if you're saying that it's expensive, that I don't have money, that I cannot afford that, your mindset is not a millionaire mindset. It's a scarcity mindset. It's a poor mindset. And your mindset, again, dictates 90 to 95% of the daily actions you have. And so next time that you say, I don't have money, that's too expensive, I cannot afford it right now, you're going to hear yourself saying it, and you're going to say, oh, shoot, Alex told me that. So that means that I don't have a millionaire mindset. I have a poor mindset. You need to say completely the opposite. So instead of saying, I don't have money for that, you're going to say, I'm going to get the money for that. Or you're going to say, I have the money for that. Even if you physically don't have it, you have to create it first in your mindset, because everything is created here first. If you don't create it here, you're never going to have it here. So next time, whenever you say, I don't have money for that, you're going to say, I have money for that, even if you don't have it on your pockets, and you need to create it here. Whenever you say that's too expensive, you're going to say completely the opposite. You're going to say that's not too expensive. When you say I cannot afford that, you're going to say, yes, I can afford that. Even if you don't have it right now, even if you don't buy it, you need to start changing your mindset.
Oh my gosh.
The best way to change your mindset is hearing to what you say. When you say it, then you start changing your recording.
Alex, can I say a question from Roya? Roya, she asked a different question. Just, I think you can handle this. Which is a priority, creating wealth and or successful marriage if you're a single woman? So I am sure you can handle this.
Can you repeat the question again? Because I only got half of it.
Okay. What was that? Okay. What is the question? Which is priority, creating wealth and or successful marriage if you are a single man or woman? She's a single woman.
Well, I don't think, it's, I don't like saying one thing is more important than the other. Like, what's more important, money or family? What's more important, work or free time? What's more important, your son or your daughter? What's more important, your husband or your wife? Who's more important, your dad or your mom? It's the priorities. And so I think one of the problems that we have had in the last, because of social media is great, but social media is terrible as well, because it's giving us that sense that we only have to focus and do one thing at a time. No, I'm a dad, I'm a son, I'm a grandpa, I'm a friend, I'm a business person, I have followers, I have relationships, I have everything. How much time, how much effort do you put in each is different for everybody. And it also depends on what do you want to get out of it. And so I don't like the idea of, well, I'm in a relationship and I'm a mom, but I also have a business. Do I do this one or do I do the other one? We are not a unilateral human beings. We are created to do 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 100 things at a time. Look at the billionaires. Look at the millionaires. What are those guys doing? You think Elon Musk is asking himself, or Jeff Bezos, oh, should I go to the moon or should I work today? No, the guy's doing 100 things a day. He went to the moon. When he came back, he kept working. He goes eat. He spends time with the family. He does business. So stop thinking that because you're an entrepreneur, you cannot be a mom, or you cannot be a wife, or you cannot have a house. You should be able to do all of them. Then you should prioritize and say, okay, how much time do I want to put into this business or into work or into the relationship? But don't think, successful person
Alex,
doesn't focus on just one thing.
Thank you for answering the questions, guys. We have to move on because Alex have a next appointment. So let us put the question at the end. And if we don't have any more time to answer the question, he will answer in the group and he will go privately and answer the question. Okay, do you agree, guys? Yes, we have to finish this. Come on.
Okay, so who are you? Jim Rohn says that you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. Okay, so choose wisely. Who are your friends? Are you spending time with rich people or poor people? Are you spending time with successful people or with broken people? Are you spending your time with people that lift you up or with people that drag you down? Are you spending time with people that's drinking and doing drugs and doing stupid things every single day? Or are you spending time with people that exercise, live a good health, read books, go to webinars and listen to crazy people like me and Daniela? What are you guys are doing? Who's the 5 people? Write down who are the 5 people that you spend most of the time. Who are the 5 people that you saw yesterday, that you saw today, that you spoke with yesterday and today? And make sure that those people are successful, are entrepreneurs. They have healthy habits of eating, drinking, exercising, mindset. They are successful. They focus on the positive things, not on the negative things. If you have people that's always negative and tell you negative things and dragging you down to bad things, probably you shouldn't be spending a lot of time with them. Okay. I'm going to skip this one because it's a little bit long, but this one is the one that I was mentioning you before. Language is the clearest expression of human thought. And so the exercise that I'm going to leave you for the next couple of days or a week is that I want you to hear when you are speaking, because most of the time, 90 to 95%, when we are talking, we're talking from our subconscious mind. So I want you to listen to yourself, and I want you to listen whenever you say, this is too expensive, I don't have money, I cannot afford this, and stop immediately. Because somebody asked in one of the questions before, how can I change that? The best way to change anything that you don't like is first to become conscious of it. There's a great quote by one of the greatest psychiatrists in the world, Carl Jung. He said, the only way to change things is to make conscious the subconscious mind. So the subconscious are the things that you don't think about, but you speak, you say without thinking. Like, I don't have money, this is too expensive, I cannot afford this, I cannot do this. And so whenever you say that, stop, listen to what you're saying, because that's the clearest expression of your thought, your subconscious mind. Write it down. You're going to remember me. You're going to say, oh, Alex, I remember Alex now saying that in the presentation. What do I do with this? You do and say completely the opposite. That's the way that we can rewrite our subconscious mind, is stopping making conscious our subconscious mind and then repeating the opposite of what we want. So instead of saying it's too expensive, I cannot afford it, this is not for me, I don't have the money, you completely say the opposite, okay? Nourish the mind daily. Just like the way we eat and we nourish our body daily, we also need to nourish our mind daily. The mind cannot survive on junk food. If you eat McDonald's every single day, you're going to be overweight and you're not going to be healthy. Okay? Same thing, it's if you are feeding your mind every single day with Facebook, with social media, with Instagram, your mind is probably rotten already. Okay? So is there anything else other than the mindset? Because we've been talking about the mindset. What else is there other than the mindset? Well, the mindset is not the only thing. There's something that is more important or bigger than the mindset. What is that? The heart. The heart is more powerful than the brain. The heart is about 60 times stronger electrically and up to 5,000 times stronger magnetically than the brain. Okay, you can go to heartmath.org and find out about amazing studies they have done about the brain and the heart. Okay, actually the heart is the only, listen to this, the heart is the only organ in the world that can work by itself. The heart doesn't need anything, doesn't even need the brain, but the brain needs the heart. Okay, but we forget about the heart. Most of the authors talk about the mindset, right? Robert Kiyosaki talks about the mindset. Actually, the first quote that I read, he talks about the mind, and I'm going to read it again later on. Jim Rohn also talks about the mind. What about the heart? We'll talk a little bit about the heart. So connecting with the heart. People are your most valuable asset always. Always. No matter what business you are, people is always going to be your most valuable asset. Doesn't matter if you sell cell phones, or if you sell water, or if you sell books, or if you work in a company, or if you work with machines. People is always going to be the most valuable asset. So put people first, okay? And start working on trust. I'm going to talk a little bit about the speed of trust, which is very, very important. And then I'm going to tell you a little bit more about the importance of listening, okay? It's not about you. A great networker, a great millionaire, not all of them, because we can see some of actually, I was talking yesterday with a friend about some of the worst billionaires and millionaires, like Jeff Bezos. He's an asshole. Everything is about himself. I don't really like him, and I don't really care about, the billions of dollars he has made. Elon Musk is okay. It's a little better. He's crazy, but he's put people first. Like whenever he created his patents for his batteries, he gave it to the world. He wanted to make the world a great place. One of the millionaires that I love, that I like, that I follow, other than Robert Kiyosaki and a few millionaire friends that I have, but I like and I love Richard Branson. I actually met Richard Branson in Vegas at a millionaire event that I went to, and I immediately fall in love with Richard Branson because he's a billionaire, but he's the nicest person in the world. It's not about himself. It's about the people that he touches. It's about the people and the things that he does for other people. So a true networker becomes an expert in people and understands how to develop trust to create true connections. The most important thing that you can have as an entrepreneur, as a millionaire, is not you. It's the connections you create, the people you know. Yeah, it is important that you read, that you go to college, that you get a degree if you want to, that you grow yourself, but you cannot do it by yourself. You're never going to become a millionaire by yourself. It's impossible. Nobody has done it. You need networks, you need connections, you need other people. So it is important that you grow, that you become better, that you're doing these seminars, that you have a vehicle to grow yourself. But if you don't know how to work with people, you need to learn how to work with people. You need to create networks. You need to start creating connections with people. One of my good friends, Randy Gage, says that while people are our greatest resource, they are also our greatest challenge. Is it easy to work with people? No. Is people always keeping their promises? No. Is people always in time? No. Can we always trust people? No. Will people always do what they promise to do? No. Are we going to have challenges with people? Yes. Do we need people to create our net worth and grow? Yes. So we need to work with people. We need to learn and understand people. And we need to treat people, not like numbers, not like machines, not like things. So here I come back to the original phrase that Robert Kiyosaki said. You remember this phrase that I mentioned to you at the beginning? The single most powerful asset we all have is our mind. That's what he said. This one is now Robert Kiyosaki and Alex. The single most powerful asset we all have is our mind and our heart. Not only just here, it's here and here. If trained well, it can create enormous wealth. This one and this one, okay? And the next one from Jim Rohn. I already showed you this one. He said the same thing. He said, nourish your mind daily. Nourish your mind daily. I add nourish your mind and your heart, like you would your body. The mind and the heart cannot survive on junk food. So add the heart to the things that you're doing, not only your mindset. True networkers focus on connections, okay? And when I'm adding the word networkers here, networkers because all of the millionaires and billionaires and successful people are true networkers. What is a networker? A networker is a person that connects a need with an opportunity. That's a networker. Networker connects needs with opportunities. It could be a product with a person that needs a product. It could be a job with a person that needs a job. It could be a business opportunity with money. Okay, it's a need with an opportunity. That's what true networker does. But what if we don't have the opportunity or we don't have the person? That's what a true networker does. So a true networker becomes an expert in people and understands how to develop trust to create true connections. And that's what you guys are doing today. I want to congratulate you today because even though this is a small group of people, I know Daniela's working with you, helping you guys so you can achieve more in life, so you can achieve your dreams, so you can achieve your goals, so you can really become true people. And that's what a network does. Start creating that trust and connections. So how we create those connections? Most people don't listen with the intent to understand. They only listen with the intent to respond. And so the only way that you can connect with a person is listen with the intent to understand. What is Daniela trying to say when she's saying this? What is Alex trying to say when he says this? What is Hector trying to say when he says this? What is Maris trying to say when he says this? Okay, I'm just reading some of your names here. What is Teresa saying when she's saying this? And now I'm going to make you do something with your hands. I want to see everybody's hands. Put your hands here in front of the screen, just like this. And then you're going to interlace your fingers and make a connection. Connection is creating trust. This is what it means to create a network. So when you are talking to someone and you're trying to connect with someone, if you're not able to do this, to connect in the mind, your mind with the other person's mind, your heart with the other person's heart, and you cannot do this, you're not going to be able to build trust. We do this, we connect and do this, so we can create and build trust. And if we create and build trust, we can create anything and everything in business. Network is about connecting. Network is about building trust. Networking is asking questions. Networking is getting out there, talking to people. Businesses are not going to come to you. Opportunities are not going to come to you. You need to get out there, either physically speaking, either through social media or the channels you have, but you need to do the work. You need to get out there. Networking is talking to people. You need to be good at networking. I didn't know, I wasn't a good networker like 20 or 30 years ago. I learned how to become a networker. That's why I'm doing this right now. I'm teaching you that you can become a great networker. I wasn't born a millionaire. I wasn't born a great networker. I learned how to do this. Networking is not about you. I already told you that. Networking is about the rest of the people, other people. Okay. What's the best networking question that I have used in my life? And this networking question is worth $1 million. Who do you know? Who do you know that knows somebody that can help me publish my book? Who do you know that can help me go to Arizona? Who do you know that wants to create a new business? Who do you know that wants to make more money? Who do you know that wants to buy my new products? Who do you know that wants to create a bigger business? Who do you know that wants to participate in this business? Who do you know that wants to be healthier? Who do you know that wants to grow their mindset? Who do you know? You know, so many things that you can say. And then I'm going to finish with this slide because it's time, and I'm going to give 5 more minutes for questions. Is once you create your mindset and once you start building your network of people and you start creating connections, start taking massive action. You are the architect of your future, okay? It is important that you cleanse your mind through meditation. I started doing meditation and I started doing breathing, inhale and exhale. You know, bring the good things, let out the bad things. Be creative. Change your physical state. The other day, my son was asking me, I don't know, sometimes I get distracted. I'm trying to focus on classes. I'm trying to do this and that. And I cannot concentrate. And I say, stand up. Right now, I'm standing up. I'm not sitting. I'm standing up in front of my computer. Every time that I do a presentation, I do it standing up. I cannot do a presentation sitting because my body is completely different. When I'm sitting, for you, it's fine that you're sitting because you're taking notes. But whenever you do a presentation, doesn't matter if it's on Zoom or stand up, move your body because you have more energy and people can see it, can feel the difference. And at the end, you are the most important person. And you're going to say, well, Alex, you're the most important person, but before you told me that I'm not the most important person. I say, yeah, you are the most important person, but it's not about you. That's what I told you. It's a big difference. When I say it's not about you, is that you have to put your ego aside. People don't know how much you're worth. They don't care about there's a phrase, I always forget the phrase. People don't care how much you know. They want to know how much you care about them. Okay, so it's not about you, but today you're the most important person, because if you don't have the right mindset, if you don't know how to create the best connections, if you don't work on yourself first, then you're not going to be able to attract anybody else to create your mindset. Wow, I'm going to finish with this one. This is one of my favorite quotes. from Albert Einstein, may creativity be with you. Imagination is more important than knowledge. We are getting knowledge today, but I want you to be creative, okay? Because knowledge is limited, whereas imagination embraces the entire world, is stimulating progress and giving birth to evolution. So I want you to be creative and say, okay, how can I use just one thing that Alex gave me today to put it in practice and become a better person? We have 5 minutes to answer any questions. Daniela, go ahead.
So guys, first things I want that everyone give a big applause to Alex, because I think we listen a lot of stuff. I talk a lot of stuff about it, just he brought some new points that we don't listen. So you have questions, please open your microphone and just go for it. Go. Questions, guys. You know everything. Just go, ask.
Can I ask a question?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay. My question is about the millionaire mindset. First of all, thank you for all you taught us today. And about the millionaire mindset, I see that the millionaire mindset is that you don't have accessible money to spend it. Yesterday, I went to the mall and I wanted to buy a gift for my friend. And I said, I'm going to spend like $70, $80. But the perfume I liked, it was $130. At the end, I think I paid $90 and I got $50 more gift. I keep it for myself and perfume for her. I find this deal. But when I was finding this deal, I was saying, no, this is more than that budget. This is expensive. Then I find the best one. But while I wanted to find that one, I was going through this challenge. This is expensive. I want to have a passive spend from my passive income to become millionaire. I need to manage myself. I didn't go for a lunch out. I said, no, you can go home. You have everything at home. You know, I was thinking like that to have a discipline. And I see one poor people in the mall had this sign, I am hungry and broke. I said to myself, I am hungry and broke, but I have a bigger purpose for that. I can't do that, but I don't want. So I wanted you rephrase this, how we should approach in this situation. When you go to mall, you want to buy something, but you don't, you want to manage, but you don't want to say it's too expensive or, you know.
Okay, great questions. And so the first thing I want to ask, is anybody here in this Zoom right now, have any of you have had that situation before or that thoughts in your mind? Look around. I think everybody's going to raise their hand. We all go through the same thing. Me personally, I used to have those thoughts and they come automatically. They are in our subconscious mind because our parents, our grandparents have instilled those thoughts in our mind. They have programmed us for that, okay? And so the only way, you're not going to change it overnight. You're not going to fix it in one day. It's going to take you weeks, months, and probably years. But the best way and the most important thing that you have to do is to become conscious of your subconscious mind, because those thoughts are not real. At the end of the day, you bought the gift, you still have money, you could have gone and eaten and nothing was, you were not going to go broke. You could have gone and have that lunch that you wanted and you were not going to go broke, okay? Because you already know how to make money. You know where to get the money. Money's out there. Money is not scarce. Money is unlimited. It's completely the opposite. Our parents taught us that money is limited. We don't have enough. We're going to run out. That's a lie. We're never going to run out of money. It's not limited. Money is unlimited. We have millions and billions. The richest that the world is rich. And so the first thing is, I'm not going to answer the second part of the question because you need to find out, you know, the second part of your question about doing your budgeting and controlling your spending and all of that. But everything starts with the mindset. You need to start changing your mindset. And whenever you have that thought that it's too expensive, or I cannot do that, I'm going to go broke, that's not in my budget, you need to start saying completely the opposite, because you need to start rewriting what is in your subconscious mind. The problem is not that you don't know how to work. The problem is that there is no money out there. The problem is not that you don't know how to get money. The problem is that your subconscious mind is telling you that you're broke, but you're not broke. Your subconscious mind is telling you that it's expensive. It's not expensive because you bought it before. So what you need to change is your subconscious mind. And the best way to change your subconscious mind is through affirmations, positive affirmations. So whenever you think it's too expensive, I don't have the money, I'm broke, you have to say completely the opposite. If you say you think it's too expensive, you're going to say it's not too expensive, but you have to do it in positive. Okay, you say I can afford it. If you say I don't have money, you're going to say I do have money. Say I'm broke, you're going to say I'm rich. Completely the opposite in a positive way. So you start rewriting your subconscious mind, because everything starts with the mind. If the mind is broken, then no matter how much money you have in the pockets, you're always going to be broken, because your mind is going to be telling you that you have to give the money away. You have to throw it away because you're poor in your mind. I have to go, Daniela.
Okay, guys.
In 1 or 2 or 3 days, I'm trying to ask Daniela if we can move the presentation.
Let us talk in private about that VIP part.
We'll see you again, and then next time we'll have a little more time. And I have a gift for you. Daniela's going to give you.
Yes, everyone will get Millionaire Network on PDF. Everyone who was here will get it in the PDF, so you can read it. Thank you, Alex. I do appreciate your time.
We'll see you tomorrow.
It was awesome to have you here. Okay, thank you. So, guys, I would love to ask something for Roya on that part. It's every time is important. Also, a part of changing that subconscious and conscious. The shortcut is like work to see which one of the parents put you on that situation, or your background, your past, because substitute is good. Just if you don't work your past, it will come back. And this is like you listen, our parents program condition us. So make sure which of your parents was the parent who make you feel like that, because everyone had this situation here. And my parents was not broke, they was rich. Just I always listen, you want the money, you have to work for it. I don't get just like this the money, I needed to work for that. Or time to time they say the money doesn't grow in the trees, So to get my pocket money, I have to work, and they have it. It was not like, oh, we have money, you get it. No. Poor mindset give their kids a lot of pocket money to cover. They think what they don't have, I have to give my kid. And that it's wrong, because if you start with that, your kid will never work the life out. Always will be broke, because we'll take your way to think and to do the things. Make sense? So we can talk, since yesterday we have a talk for your other situation, so we can talk in privately. Guys,
yes,
do you have any other questions? Because I think it was a lot here. And let it settle down. And my girls, I think more than 60-70% you already hear it from me, right? So, do you have any other questions?
Thanks a lot for everything.
Okay, cool.
Hey, Daniela.
Yes.
Can you explain a little bit more about the VIP?
Oh, yes. Let me stop the streaming, because that it's already